The Pipedrive Contact Creator is a Chrome extension with two main features. I'll just show you the two main features and then I will show you how to set up the Chrome extension so that you can use it yourself. The first feature is that you can create Pipedrive contacts from LinkedIn profiles, and you will also see if the profile is already present as a contact in Pipedrive. Therefore, you will get this little window in the upper right corner of your LinkedIn account when you're logged into your LinkedIn profile. The second feature is that you will be able to create Pipedrive contacts from phone numbers on Google or on any other website, as long as you can see a phone number on the website. Let's start with the LinkedIn feature. Imagine you're on any profile on LinkedIn, like the one of Bill Gates here right now. You'll see this little window in the upper right corner, which you can minimize as well or maximize to see all the content. Contact exists already. This is an indicator for if the contact already exists in your Pipedrive account. In this case, no, it doesn't exist. So Bill Gates is not a contact in my Pipedrive account right now. And then I have the ability to add labels to this person when I send it over to my Pipedrive account. You can do this, but you don't have to. So you can also disable this feature, then the contact will also just be sent without these informations. But in this case, for example, this is a CEO and I followed him on LinkedIn. So I follow him right now. I choose that it's a CEO whom I followed. I can create this contact and it will tell me that contacts are successfully sent to Pipedrive. And if I look into my Pipedrive account, you'll see Bill Gates get created as a contact in my Pipedrive account. And what you'll notice is that my labels, this is a custom field in Pipedrive, got the tag CEO, which I choose in the LinkedIn profile before, and the LinkedIn activity is follow. So these are the actions which I choose in the LinkedIn profile before. The other feature which I mentioned before is that you can send contacts based on phone numbers on any website. So if I'm on any Yelp profile, for example, and I identify this phone number here, I can highlight the phone number, right-click it, and I will have this option here in the context menu to create a Pipedrive contact. So if I choose this, I will see this little pop-up here, which says copy the company name, and then click this notification to continue. So in this case, I copied the name from here. I click this notification and this little window here will pop up, which will prompt me to paste the company name, or I could also leave it empty or just write something. This is the way to create the organization in Pipedrive, which is connected to this contact. So in this case, I paste in the name of the Yelp profile, click OK, and it will tell me contact and company created successfully, which means they got created in Pipedrive. In this case, the contact gets a generic name, just scraped contact, and the phone number will be directly connected to this contact. And here you see that it also automatically created the company based on the company name which we pasted into the window before. And the other thing which you'll notice is that in this custom field which we defined in the Chrome extension settings, here we will have the URL to the site from where we created the contact. So we can always come back here and see from where we got the information or get more information if we need them. This obviously does not only work on Yelp, but on any website where you can find a phone number. So as soon as I highlight a phone number on a website, I can right-click it and create the contact in Pipedrive. I click the notification. If I leave this empty, it will only create the contact and no organization connected to it. So if I click on this new contact here, I see the phone number, I see that it's not connected to an organization because no organization got created, but I still get the origin URL to the website from where I got the contact. And since I mentioned this before, I'll also show you how to create these contacts from Google. You can just Google any keywords, for example, the carpenter thing again, highlight this number here again, use the right-click menu to create the contact, and it's basically the same workflow as before. So in this case, I would probably copy the company name from here, paste it into this window, and I get my new contact right in Pipedrive. That's the new contact, Jason Walker Carpentry. Now let's see how to set up the Chrome extension. If you're on the store page of the Chrome extension, you can just add it to your Chrome browser, which I already did, and then you will find the Chrome extension under the extensions on the upper right. You click the extension and this window here will open, and it will prompt you to insert several API keys. So the only mandatory API key is the Pipedrive API key, which you will use to send contacts from websites or from LinkedIn to your Pipedrive account. All the other API keys are not required. If you see this window the first time, all of these input fields will be empty. So you will definitely need to implement your own API keys, and I will just show you how. If you go to your Pipedrive account, you click on your name on the upper right corner, personal preferences, and get the API tab here, and you can just copy your personal API token. Then you open the extension settings again, and in the input field for the Pipedrive API key, you will just paste this key, which I already did before. You hit save. That's all you need to get started. If you don't set up the other API keys, you will just not have the other tags, labels, or URLs sent from website or LinkedIn to your Pipedrive account. But the extension will still work, and it will just send the contacts over just without additional information. So, for example, if I set this up with this minimal setting, I will just not be able to choose any labels or LinkedIn activity when I send contacts from LinkedIn to Pipedrive. So I could still send this contact. In this case, Bill Gates already exists in my Pipedrive. So just demonstrate this. If I delete Bill Gates from my Pipedrive and reload the page, it should tell me that he doesn't exist yet. So I cannot choose any labels or activities here since I didn't implement the API key for this. But I can create the contact, and it will just be sent over like this. It will be created in my Pipedrive, but without the reference to the actual LinkedIn profile and without the labels. To implement the other features, you will need to set up custom fields in your Pipedrive account. And to do that, you need the correct rights to edit the data fields in Pipedrive. So in your personal preferences, up here, you will find the data fields if you have the correct rights in Pipedrive. Then you go to the Person tab, and here you will see the 4 custom fields which are already defined before, but I will show you which field to implement and how to do it to connect it to the right API key in the Chrome extension. So you click Custom Field, and the first thing when you take a look at the Chrome extension, the first thing we need is the social profile URL. So in this case, the custom field in Pipedrive, which is needed to save the LinkedIn profile URL. So I will just create it like LinkedIn profile URL, and as described in the settings here, this needs to be a text field in Pipedrive. So I choose text and save this. Then I click on the 3 dots, copy the API key, go to my Chrome extension and paste the API key in here. The origin website URL is also a text field, which needs to be created on the person in Pipedrive. And the other field type are multi-options or single option fields. These are required for the labels which you use to send contacts from LinkedIn to Pipedrive. So these are the drop-down menus which you'll see here. And I'll quickly demonstrate this. In this case, I'll create the my labels. So this is just LinkedIn labels, for example. And I will choose the multi options. And then I typically do actions like follow on LinkedIn, connection request sent, or message send. These are, for example, actions I do in LinkedIn. If I save this, I can click on the three dots, copy the API key again, go to my extension and paste this in here. As soon as I save this and go back to my LinkedIn, refresh the page, I will see the options which I just set up in the multi-select field right in my LinkedIn account. So I can choose these actions to create the contact. When I check my contacts again, now I can see that Bill Gates got created. Again, in this case, the extension didn't know that Bill Gates already existed because we didn't connect the LinkedIn URL field. So I recommend that you always implement the LinkedIn URL.